is Leah Frank, and I'm from Rocky River, and I'm the pianist for the Sonata 5 project. I really connected with this piece because it actually reminded me of what is going on right now in our country. Here we see that we have forgotten the feminine. We reference nature as Mother Nature, and I see the earth as that feminine energy. And so when we don't take care of Mother Nature, then she's going to do something about it. And I feel that this virus is that something. It was a wake-up call to say, hey, you need to listen. You need the feminine. Both feminine and masculine need each other. And you can only go in one energy for so long. While I was recording, I felt so many emotions. The emotions of being isolated due to the pandemic, the emotions of seeing the struggle of an oppressed people, and I took those emotions and poured them into my playing. The first movement, all of that feminine energy, insistent, just being and flowing, full of emotion, and all the emotions that I was feeling during this time, I poured into that. And then moving on to the second movement was more maybe of an anger that I felt of the current events. And I put that into, especially at the very end when I have those hand clusters and it's very loud and it's very forceful. And so I tried to, I was thinking about that emotion and trying to express that emotion through my playing. And then the third movement was more of a calm, so reminiscence of the good things that have come about between these two pandemics, of the families coming together and the friends reaching out and talking, of allies coming forward and supporting their fellow Americans. And in that I tried to capture that coming together and that sweetness of that and how good that feels. And then the last movement is a movement of hope as I see us moving forward, getting past this pandemic, coming up with solutions, and moving forward together and working together so we can find a solution for not only the virus but also for the civil rights in this country. So the fourth movement is kind of a hope, and so that's what I tried to express through my playing. Another thing that I noticed is that this piece does not have any breaks in it. It's one continuous motion, like water. It's always moving. It reminds me of emotions, just always continuous, the rise and fall. The feminine is usually likened to having a lot of emotions, and sometimes calm, sometimes angry, sometimes excited, sometimes mad. And it's just through this whole movement you have these rise and falls, and it reminds me of white caps on the water on a cold and windy day, turbulent and full of energy. But when I first looked at the music, I could see by just the patterns in the music, it seemed to have like a rise and fall, like waves. And so I was immediately inspired. I wanted to make it sound like that. I noticed while studying this piece, there are a lot of repeats And it reminds me of the never-ending thoughts that sometimes go on in our heads as we go over things over and over again. Not necessarily looking for a solution, but just going over them, just eventually it makes us feel better, how we figure out things, go about things. And so I just felt this feminine energy in this first movement. It's amazing how we each feel different things, we interpret different things, and it just was really exciting to be a part of that.